complaint by ICICI insider forced board to probe Chanda Kochhar. On May 30th, the bank stated in a regulatory filing that its board has decided to institute an inquiry into a new complaint received from an anonymous whistleblower, alleging non-adherence of code of conduct, conflict of interest and quid pro quo by Kochhar while dealing with certain borrowers. The latest anonymous complaint against the MD and CEO of ICICI Bank, Chanda Kochhar, which forced the organization's board to institute an inquiry to probe the allegations of a possible quid pro quo, is likely to have come from within the bank. The whistleblower's complaint is the third against the ICICI Bank CEO. Arvind Gupta, an investor, had previously lodged two complaints on an alleged conflict of interest and code of conduct violation by Kochhar while sanctioning loans to the Videocon Group in 2016 and on dealings with the SR Group in 2018. On May 30th, the bank stated in a regulatory filing that its board has decided to institute an inquiry into a new complaint received from an anonymous whistleblower, alleging non-adherence of code of conduct, conflict of interest and quid pro quo by Kochhar while dealing with certain borrowers of the bank. It indicated that the independent inquiry would also cover all connected matters in the course of the investigation to bring the matter to a final close. In other words, the bank is indicating that the inquiry panel is likely to look into all the complaints against the bank's CEO, banking sources said. According to the ICICI Bank website, its whistleblower policy covers only employees and directors of the bank, which makes it clear that an insider has filed the latest complaint against the CEO. ICICI Bank is committed to adopting the highest business, governance, ethical and legal standards. An important policy in this context is the whistleblower policy that the bank formulated as early as 2003. The whistleblower policy covers all employees, including directors of the bank states. When contacted by the Indian Express, an ICICI Bank spokesperson did not comment on the latest complaint. According to the bank's whistleblower policy, it provides a secure mechanism for employees to raise concerns, with an option to remain anonymous, which are appropriately and independently investigated, addressed and reported to the audit committee of the board. Uday Chittal, senior partner of MP Chittal & Company, is the chairperson of the ICICI Bank Audit Committee. The bank is yet to constitute the inquiry panel. On Friday, the bank said it has not asked Kochhar to go on leave till it conducts the inquiry. It said Kochhar was on her annual leave, which was planned in advance, and that it has not appointed a search committee to find Kochhar's successor. Arvind Gupta, an investor who had complained in March 2016 about the alleged business links of Chanda Kochhar's husband Deepak Kochhar and Videocon Group promoter Venugopal due to the Prime Minister's office sent a supplementary letter on May 11. It asked the government to probe transactions between the SR Group and Nupower Renewables Private Limited owned by Deepak Kochhar. In this letter, Gupta claimed that SR Global, Mauritius, directly funded Nupower Group through Nishant Kanodia, son-in-law of Ravi Ruia, and Anirudh Burwaka, nephew of Shashi Ruia, using Mauritius-based Firstland Holdings and A1 Motors and Services Limited owned by Kanodia and Burwaka, respectively. On April 26, the Indian Express had first reported that Nupower got investments of ₹325 crore from Firstland Holdings. The investments from Kanodia's firm into Nupower started in December 2010. Incidentally, the same month ICICI Bank was lead banker in a consortium of Indian banks that extended a $530 million loan to SR Steel Minnesota LLC on December 29, 2010. This loan was later classified as an NPA. Kanodia has maintained that this investment was sold in 2013 to a private equity fund and that Firstland has recovered its full investment. He also said that none of his firms have any loans from ICICI Bank. SR, too, said it had not made any investments in Firstland or Nupower. However, SR Capital Holdings Limited did invest Rs 163 crore in Matix Chemicals and Fertilizers, a subsidiary of First Land Holding. This came in tranches, Rs 96 crore in December 2010 and Rs 66.78 crore in August 2011. SR has contended that these transactions were on arm's-length basis, and have no connection with New Power. Gupta's supplementary letter has also alleged that Nupower Technologies Limited, a loss-making subsidiary of Nupower Renewables, was acquired at a premium by Buwalka for Rs 197 crore. The overt and covert patterns of funds flow into the Kochhar's Nupower Group from SR Group is quite similar to that of Videocon Group, claimed Gupta in his second letter. When contacted by the Indian Express, Gupta denied that he was behind the third complaint that led to the bank launching an inquiry. "I don't believe in filing anonymous complaints. I'm not the whistleblower. I'm not an employee but an investor of the company and my complaint has my name and address," he said. Videocon Group promoter Venugopal Dutt provided crores of rupees to New Power Renewables Private Limited, NRPL, a firm he had set up with Deepak Kochhar and two relatives 6 months after the Videocon Group got Rs 3,250 crore as loan from ICICI Bank in 2012. He transferred proprietorship of the company to a trust owned by Deepak Kochhar for Rs 9 lakh, 6 months after he received the loan from ICICI Bank. Almost 86% of the Rs 3,250 crore loan, Rs 2,810 crore, remained unpaid. The Videocon account was declared an NPA or a bad loan in 2017. The bank admitted that Chanda Kochhar did not recuse herself from a credit committee meeting which decided to grant a loan to the Videocon Group in 2012. In April, M.K. Sharma, the bank's chairman, had said the bank had satisfactorily replied to all the questions of the regulators. The CBI initiated a preliminary inquiry into the matter to check any wrongdoing, while other agencies, including the Enforcement Directorate, also opened investigations. The bank's board stood firmly behind Chanda Kochhar, saying no wrong was committed by the MD and CEO. It said the loan was underwritten in accordance with the bank's credit standards and was extended as part of a consortium involving over 20 banks. Last month, M.K. Sharma, the bank's chairman, had said the bank had satisfactorily replied to all the questions of the regulators. According to a recent review by the bank's board, ICICI Bank exposure to Videocon at the time was at Rs 3,250 crore, less than 10% of the total amount lent by the consortium.